Hi guys, I'm going to show you today how to make scrunchies, and I'm using this really soft baby velvet yarn. It's Burnout Baby Velvet by Yarnspirations. It is the best yarn to use for making scrunchies. I've made a few for my daughter and she's like, this doesn't even hurt when I pull it out of my hair, mommy. And she wears it like, sometimes she'll have it in her hair when she falls asleep, and usually it's really hard to get hair elastics out of her hair the next morning. And this one, she says it just pulls right out and it doesn't even hurt her. So that's kind of nice to know. That was a happy coincidence. So you're just going to take a hair elastic. I'm using a 5mm hook, and you make your loop. I'll show you how I did that. So you just wrap the yarn around your finger like this and just kind of cross it over. Pick up this little piece that's underneath and push just a little bit of that top piece through and give it a tug so you have like a little tail happening here. Put your hook, oh no, sorry, don't put your hook through the loop yet. You're going to put the elastic over your hook and just hold it in place, and then put the yarn onto your hook. Okay, now you're going to just pull the yarn under so the elastic is kind of resting over the yarn, okay? And you're going to yarn over your hook and pull through the loop to secure it to the elastic. Now we're going to single crochet 45 times around the hair elastic. So you're just going to push your hook underneath the elastic, yarn over your hook, and pull it back under so that we're working around it. Yarn over your hook and pull through both loops. Okay, so let's do that again together. Put your hook under the elastic, yarn over your hook, pull it back under, and you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. Okay, so you're just going to keep doing this. Go around, do that 45 times. So I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me do this 45 times. Just pause your video. Do this step 45 times. It's going to get a little bit, you're going to feel like you're kind of like struggling to get in the last few. It's going to be really tight, but that's going to be worth it. When we do our next step, you'll see the shape of your scrunchie really take form. So don't worry, just kind of push it out of the way, push it out of the way, and do 45 and then come back. So pause your video, do it 45 times, and then come back. Okay, so now that you've done that 45 times around, I know it got a little bit crazy at the end there, right? You probably had to push a lot out of your way. I love the feeling of this yarn. Oh my gosh, it's so soft. Okay, so in that, find that first little stitch that happened when you attached your yarn. Okay, and we're going to close this round because you see it's open here. We're going to close this round with a slip stitch into that very first little stitch there. Okay, so you're just going to push your hook right in top, yarn over, and pull right through both loops on your hook. Okay, now you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to go ahead and do 2 double crochets in every single stitch all the way around. Okay, so you're going to yarn over your hook, push your hook right through the whole stitch, okay, yarn over, pull up a loop. So now you've got 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. That's a double crochet. We're going to do it again in the very same stitch. So yarn over, go in the same stitch you just worked in, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. And now we're going to go to the next stitch and do, it's a little tricky to see with this yarn, but just take your time. Okay, so you're going to do 2 double crochets in that same stitch, that second one there. All right, so you're just going to go ahead and repeat this pattern, this alternating pattern of 2 double crochets in every single stitch all the way around, and then come back. So go ahead and pause your video, do 2 double crochets in every stitch all the way around, and then come back here to me when you're back at the start here. Okay, so now that you've gotten back to the beginning, find the top of that chain 2 that you started the round with, and you're going to just close with a slip stitch in there. It's a little tricky to see with this yarn, it really is. So push your hook right through the top of the chain 2, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook to close it off. Then you're going to just pull some extra yarn through, fasten it off, okay, and using a yarn needle, you're going to go ahead and hide both of these little tail ends by weaving them in and out of the stitches. So just thread your yarn needle, okay, and then just go in and out of some of these stitches just to hide it, because when you cut it too short, you don't want it to be like coming loose or anything like that. So I always just like to weave it in and out, hide it. So go ahead and do that, and then you can just give it a little snip there. It doesn't have to be hiding like a super long, and that's hidden in there. And then just do the same with the other side, and it's with the other little tail. And there's your scrunchie once you hide this. And there's your scrunchie. I hope you like this tutorial. It's a nice simple pattern, and you can make tons of these. Makes a great gift too, or loop bag treats for birthday parties. It's just a really great pattern to have on hand. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to subscribe.